Alrighty, this is supposed to be a detailed video of how to clean the intake valves on a 1.8 or 2.0 TSI. This is a generation 3 of the ea888. The Gen 1 and 2 should be about the same, maybe different connections in different places. I took it all apart to get to the valves and it didn't save, so I'm going to go over what I did. Pretty self-explanatory. It's not too hard. Basically is what you're wanting to do is disconnect and get everything off of this manifold to get this manifold out. Like there was their gas line that was on top of here. You pull it off. This sensor, pull it off. Another sensor over here, it comes off. And you got a bunch of sensors over here on the side of the manifold that need to come off. These main harness wires plug into the other side. The other side of these wires are on a bracket. They need to come off the bracket. They're down in there. So you need to get everything unplugged from it. You need to, there's a gas line, what I do with it, that comes off the high pressure fuel pump that plugs into the side of the manifold. It's a 17 wrench. You got to get in here to loosen it. And down here, it's hard. Some of the stuff is hard to get to. You just got to wiggle your way in there. That's why I wanted to show on video how I got to some of it. But I was able to figure it out. You should be able to figure it out. So get that off. Let's see, what else did I take off? There's some coolant lines right here. You got just some basics. Basically T25 and T30 take off everything. So T25 from here, and then I took these hoses off. If you're having a hard time getting any hoses off, just get a pick or a screwdriver. Be careful and just try to work it in between, the hose and the fitting, because they get tight on there and like crusty. Let's see what else. Now this is the crappy part. There's a bracket that holds on the manifold to the block, and what did I do with it? Here it is. This bracket right here connects to the block and to this manifold. A nut on the manifold and this long bolt holds this bracket onto the block with an M10 triple square. You can buy them on Amazon, O'Reilly's, a lot of places sell triple square, buy Menards. But it's an M10, and to get to that M10 you got to get under the car. While you're under there, this throttle pipe, boost pipe that connects to the throttle body has to come off. And I have found the best way to get it off is to take the whole pipe off, because if you just try to wiggle it off here, it's so tight, it's not going to work. You need to get under there and take the whole boost pipe off. It takes 5 minutes to take it off, if that. This clamps to the bottom of the throttle body. You got 2 screws on this that connect to the block, and then this a hose clamp to the rest of the piping, and this comes off. So everything should be almost, I forgot the main screws that hold it on. So you got some long T30s that hold it on here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 of these, and then 10 nuts, 10 millimeter nuts at the top left and right side to hold the manifold on. So 2 10 millimeter nuts, and then 8 of these T30s hold this on. So once you get everything unplugged, slid off this bracket, boost pipe taken off, the bracket taken off, coolant line out of your way, gas line out of your way, all these plugs out of your way, plug over here out of your way, gas lines out of your way, it will slide right out. Just got to kind of wiggle it out Hang on. Just like that, it comes right out, and then you're exposed. These were in here. I done took them out. I'll talk about that later when I clean it. So yeah, these were all the plugs, the other side of the plug, the other side of this plug that were on this bracket. There's all this little stuff in this bracket. This bracket you got to disconnect on the bottom of the manifold to pull it away from it. Set that aside. Let's see, what else can I show you? Yeah, just basically a bunch of plugs and a gas line and a vacuum hose and a bracket and a boost pipe, and it comes out. Not too hard. Now I'll show you how I clean them. These intake valves, the first time I cleaned them, they had about 60,000 miles on them, and they were so bad that I was misfiring. My car was stalling. I mean, they had a half-inch caked up in the back of the valves. Now I clean them every 25 to 40,000 miles. This is a 2015 Jetta 1.8 TSI with 265,000 miles, and it runs brand new because I do things like this. So the last time I cleaned these was 25,000 miles ago. I'll kind of show you the best I can with the phone. Down in there, it kind of grows just for 25,000. So if you're at like 100,000 miles, I don't know how you're still running, but they're pretty rough. And this is only 25,000 miles. So to clean them, you got to get, obviously to clean it, you want to get it at top dead center. So, you know, put a socket on your crankshaft, spin it clockwise. Probably easier to get somebody under there to crank it slowly for you, and you watch the valves. When it comes up, it seals, and it's sealed, and then I'll show you how to clean it, because you don't want any chemicals or crust getting down in your cylinders.